Welcome back, everybody. Happy belated New Year. I know we're practically in February at the end of January, but today we are going to talk about the energy that will be with us throughout the year of 2025. So, 2025 is a 9 year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. So, where 2024 was an 8 year that talked about transformation, maybe some of you felt the shift from 11:59 2024 to 12 a.m. 2025. Some people I spoke to did. I kind of did too. It felt like there was a lot of hope and a lot of energy surrounded by the year. So, but that might also be something a little bit different that we're going to get to. But for 2025, 9 generally is a time of endings. It's a time of transition and things coming to the end. So if you're at all familiar with numerology, you know that things run in cycles. And the same thing with the chakras. Every 7 years, you rotate through each of the chakras. For the years, you run in cycles of 1 to 9. And the reason why I point this out is like if you're looking at something like a life path or auspicious dates, if you look at numbers like 11 or 22, you don't generally break them down. However, for a year like 2027, that's a 2 year. So it would add up to 11, but then you break the 11 down and do 1 plus 1 equals 2. So for the years, you work in a 1 to 9 cycle, and we are at the end of one of those cycles in a 9 year. So this is that sense of completion, tying up loose ends, transitions as maybe some doors close and you are waiting for new opportunities to come and present themselves. Or you're watching as things wind down and then you're prepping what's going to come next. So that's what this is, part of what this year is all about. So you will find that there might be a lot of transition and endings happening around you with the people around you. And hopefully that is a lightening of burdens as well. Endings can look a lot of different ways. It could be selling one car, getting a new car, moving to a new location. It could be a promotion, which is an ending of one era in one position and moving into a new position. It could be a completely new job. It could be a new pet. If you've been without a pet for so many years or a pet has passed and now you have a new one, it's a new era, new transition point. So there's so many large and small things that happen throughout the year that are just simple transitions and endings. So 9 also will focus on a lot of humanitarian and services, because 9 is deeply connected to humanitarian efforts and the desire to make the world a better place. 2025 will likely see a heightened focus on social issues, charitable activities, and efforts to help those in need. There may be a collective push toward greater compassion and understanding in addressing global challenges, and I will add maybe national challenges as well. This is also a time of wisdom and enlightenment. So 9 carries with it all the energy from the previous 8 numbers, 9 if you want to include that kind of ending and transition. So 9 carries a lot of wisdom and experience with it. And it also symbolized wisdom gained through those experiences, whether it's been the last 8 years or obviously much longer back. You carry with you all of those experiences and that gained wisdom. And it encourages individuals to share their knowledge and insights with others, fostering an environment of mutual growth and enlightenment. 2025 could be a year where education, spiritual growth, and philosophical pursuits are emphasized. Now, the thing is, it's funny that comes up because 7 is a year of spirituality. 8, like we had last year, is transformation. So you're seeing that push for that transformation and spirituality from 7 and 8 manifesting again in a different way in 9. 9, because it is a time of endings, also wants you to... because 9 is a time of endings, another element of that is letting go and forgiveness. And forgiveness is, in a very strange way, a selfish act, because you are allowing yourself to find peace and releasing whatever needs to be forgiven. Whether you're forgiving yourself or you're forgiving others, it is meant to give you peace. The other person, you send forgiveness their way, and it is up to them on a conscious and unconscious spiritual level to accept that, because it may be someone that you don't see anymore, or it is in your best interest to not see anymore. So you're not going to reach out and be like, hey, I've been working through some stuff, I'm going to forgive you. You send that along with the angels, your guides, or whoever, and whether or not they choose to accept it, that's on them and their higher self. The higher self will probably accept it. It's whether or not the physical aspect accepts it, which is a very strange thing to say. But so letting go and forgiveness. In the spirit of closure, 9 encourages us to let go of past grudges, failures, and regrets. It is a time of forgiveness and emotional healing, enabling individuals to move forward unburdened. This can lead to a more peaceful and harmonious existence. I will link here to the Archangel Zadkiel video, or even Archangel Metatron, if you're looking to ground and center and heal, or you're looking to work on forgiveness. They are both wonderful archangels to work with. And Archangel Metatron is very good if you need help kind of shielding yourself from taking on everyone else's energies, so that you can separate what are my emotions, what are other people's emotions, and how do I let that go. So I will link both of those videos here for you to check when you're ready. 9 also talks about fostering global awareness and unity. The energy of 9 transcends individual concerns and embraces a global perspective. Maybe a greater awareness of international issues and collective efforts toward unity and cooperation. Environmental concerns, social justice, and peace initiatives might gain more traction during the year. One thing of note is that 9 will act like a mirror on a personal level. So, on a personal level, this year acts like a mirror, challenging our certainties and encouraging us to reassess our priorities and the impact of our actions under the best possible conditions. Our future is in our own hands. You manifest the life that you want, which is sometimes very daunting and also can be a little bit of a mind play. We'll get to that when we get to manifestation. But I think the easiest way I can focus on it is if you focus on the good in your life and not on the negative, that will help you bring about what it is that you desire. It's the simplest way I can explain that. So one of the things is letting go of that which no longer works for you. Again, it's that releasing, it's that forgiveness, it's the transition, it's the ending. It can be very difficult when one of the things that you are releasing are relationships, or you are noticing a reconfiguration of relationships in your life. People that once held such daily anchors in your life that are now kind of regulated to the background. Maybe you don't interact as much, you don't see them, you don't hear from them as often. It's a really difficult place to be in, because you are shedding the old, but the new haven't quite come in yet. Or you have new people that are slowly trickling in, but not in an abundance. That's how I kind of feel right now. I've noticed a shifting and reconfiguring of relationships just due to life. Basically, people have to focus on their families, what's going on with them, and that's perfectly understandable. You know, people live farther away. So I understand that and I respect that. I have my own things going on that I'm focusing on. So it makes sometimes communication completely drops off, and then it will pop back up again. But it can be very lonely. That specific type of transition can be very difficult. So just know that if you are in that kind of transition where you are noticing that you are changing your values could be shifting, your perceptions are shifting, your relationships are shifting, know that in time things will equalize and that there are good things coming in. This is a time for you to learn how to function as an individual, to kind of go internally work through things on your own terms, to maybe rediscover your own company, and to learn how to enjoy your own company as well as the company of others. So it could be that is the lesson that needs to be learned this year. Now, that being said, there is also a dual energy that is going on for this year. We are collectively existing in a 9. However, individually, you might be somewhere else on the 1 to 9 spectrum. And the way you figure that out is you take your birth month. Now, if you have a double month birthday, like October, November, December, you're going to do 1 plus 0, 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, and then the date. Same thing goes for the date. If you have a double digit date, you're going to break the date down. So it would be like if you're born on the 24th, it's going to be 2 plus 4. If you're born on the 13th, it's going to be 1 plus 3. So if you have a double month and a double date, you might have 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2025. So that's what you do. You take your birth month, your birthday, and then the year, and you add the numbers together. And then if you end up with a double digit number at the end, which you most likely will, you will take that number and break it down again. You'll add the numbers. So you'll do like, if you end up with like a 14, you do 1 plus 4. Oh. So it never, for whatever reason, numerology, it is just simple addition and maybe simple subtraction. But it is very confusing because people don't know or are unsure. When do I break this down? When do I keep these numbers together? Do I break this number down? How do I? It gets very confusing for just simple addition. It's actually kind of comical because I was part of a group reading and that seemed to be the biggest problem. Some people are like, I don't know if did I do this right? Did I break this down enough? Did I break it down too much? So it's simple addition gets a lot of people because we don't normally break numbers down like that. In a situation like this, you do. But anyway, once you have that number, hopefully it's somewhere between 1 to 9. If you have an 11, then you break that down. Because again, the years only work on a 1 to 9 scale. If you are doing a life path and you have an 11, then you keep it at an 11. You don't break that down. For this, you do. So, and then you can look up and see. I think some of the websites listed in the description will help you to not only figure out how to calculate your personal year, but also help you to determine what the energy is for that year. So I'm really curious for people that this is a 9 year, but they are going into a 1 year. Like you've basically, it seems to be, I don't know if it would work out that way, but it seems like this perfect combination of endings and beginnings. So, and then next year, well, no, it would be a 1 year and then a 2 year. So it would be very curious to see how people that have a 9 and a 1 do, how explosive their years are. Yeah, like what kind of new beginnings and endings present to them. That is the energy of 9 for 2025. And going forward, that will be with us all the way up to, December 31st, 11/59, 2025. And we'll be touching on this again sometime in January on 2026 for a 1 year. So I will see you all again soon. Take care. And get ready to break out your brooms and cleaning material for our next video. See you again soon. Bye, friends.